So, I mean, we'll start off with the front bumper. We did the exact same radius as the fenders were. One thing we've never really understood is why exactly everyone had square bumpers. You know, it doesn't go with your car bumpers go with the body lines, and it's how we wanted to do this truck. We wanted everything to be smooth, simple, but at the same time as extreme as we could do it. So we took the same, like I said, the same exact radius here, and then to take that outside radius in too, we wanted everything to look like two different styles. So you look at it one way, and then you look at it from a different angle. We want there to be two different looks to this whole entire truck. The other thing about this truck is we're not all about covering everything up, polishing everything out. Everything in this truck's machined in an exact pattern. As far as the exhaust straps go, or the exhausts go, we didn't want to do just a post mount, because at the end of the day, this thing will work. This guy will take this out in a year or so, and he'll be running this thing every day. So what we did is we took the exact same surface areas, what a 3-inch band would do, a 4-inch band would do, and then displaced it. So this bracket starts about here, comes through here, back down, and then all the way down.
When we initially did the project, the customer wanted to have turnouts, and so when we knew we had the 8-inch Y, so we came in with what everybody knows as a picket elbow, and then did the turnouts in the opposite direction. So it's simple for them to make it. If we were to try to do a different angle, it might have been a little more difficult, but they're 90 degrees from each other. And then we designed the bracket, and then we sent them our drawings so that we could get the triangular or the diamond-shaped base, and then we had them do their original post mount. And so they sent us the brackets and the stacks together. We mounted them on there. Yeah, we welded them up and sent them back for chroming.
The way that this copper plating is done is we plate it, it's polished, we let it patina to where we want it to patina, and then it's all clear coated. So as you can see, there's an inconsistency between here and here. So just like our valve covers and the jakes and everything underneath it, we wanted the top to be a darker color, and then we wanted right underneath it to be a brighter. That way when you looked at the two, you could distinguish where those lines were. And as you can see, our copper line goes exactly with the copper line of the truck. So after it got here, we wanted this all white, and we wanted this all same type of color. This truck actually took 4 trucks to build. So we used a short hood 359 for the drivetrain. We used the long hood for the hood, cab, and sleeper, and then 2 other donor trucks for all these pieces, because once you start taking them, because every single thing was dismantled, painted separately, and then put back on. So once you start doing that, everything happens to be corroded and destroyed. So without our salvage yard, we physically couldn't have done this truck.
Another fun feature too is, if you guys noticed the radiator, we actually got a paint mixed to match the color of the truck. So it's not just a black radiator core, it's an orange color to match. And then another piece, if we walk around to the other side before we get away from the engine, is we did we high temp ceramic coat the turbo and the exhaust manifold, so that it doesn't rust and turn different colors. We also did a high temp 2,000 degree tweed wrap on the exhaust going out till you get to the stainless flex tube just before the 8-inch Y.
Took that into our radiator pieces strictly on the fact that we didn't want to have rubber in there.
And it's kind of nice too, we noticed as we were cleaning this thing, this truck was running and it was all hot, and I'm leaning on the turbo and I'm wiping stuff off, and well, that's not right, but it wasn't a big deal. This stuff, it's just warm to the touch when your truck's running.
And also another reason I didn't mention, the reason why we had to space this out 2 inches is because we kept your original vent in there. So we had to bring it away from that vent, or else if we removed that vent, kept that in there, this air cleaner would have just sat right up there and we had no problem with it. Like I said, our whole thing about this truck is keeping it original.
We debated putting the cooling and heating system in both of them, because we were like, oh man, I don't want to run the extra lines and I want to keep it all clean. But again, it's not a functional truck. I mean, nobody wants to get in a truck that's not hot or cold, or you know what I mean. So we wanted to get that look. As far as the suicide goes, the way that we did the suicide was we've tried different ways as far as like cutting your own new holes and doing the holes, but it was a lot simpler to actually take the top, since we had to add an inch here and we had to chop the sides of the door frame, we just took the frame and the door and the frame of the door, well, the frame of the door and the whatever, and then yeah, switch sides. So you know, this is from the other side. Rockwood helped us on the floor. They actually make this hardwood floors. It's African rosewood, and then the sleeper, they didn't know the sizing on it. What we were going to do with that, we didn't know if they didn't know if we changed the size of the sleeper. So Alex went to the hardwood, the wood, you know, the store, picked up the wood. We cut it out to fit and the sleeper, and then we sent it out to them, and they finished the panels and then sent them back to us. They also helped us with the dash. They make a 359 dash that works really nice, and it was cool because we could tell them what gauges we did and didn't want, and how we were going to do that, and they made us exactly what we wanted and sent them to us.
So like the name of this truck's called the KMT359. The owner is Kevin McIntyre Transport 359 truck. So we hit his logo, or you know, just placed his logo in different type of places. One, you can't see it. There's a hand painted logo between the two seats about this big. It's a crest type of look. Something else we walked by is, you know, we knew after all this strapless work, we didn't want to have hood latches. So we went down, picked up latches here and there, same type of system, rubber bungees, pull it out, hook it in. We wanted to keep it as low as the ground so that at the end of the day, he's not crawling up underneath trying to get his hood. It's all functionable. You can come down here, pop it out, and you're good to go.
There's another reason as well for having it down here that worked out for us is that there's bracketry that was, when the cab was hard mounted, that we used the bracketry to come off, and they had wheels, and there are these forks inside the hood, and they would hook into the wheels, and so they would give it extra strength. Well, we have these nice extension panels, and the cab now moves, so we couldn't bolt them to the frame. You know, it obviously ripped the panels off. So, so having the bushing or the strap down there gives the strength on the bottom of the hood that we wanted.